Hi guys, for today I bring to you the AWS Lambda Introduction. So for today, what is Lambda and how create one and use it, right? I will introduce to you the AWS Lambda with a brief description how to use, for example, with API, REST API or API gateway in AWS. I have performed another video to show you how can you create one API in uh, gateway, API gateway, right, in AWS also. But so for now, solution I found very easy to you, but don't forget, most important today, we'll use Java to perform this code, and you will use also Eclipse, okay? If you don't know Eclipse, please stay tuned with me in my channel, and I will perform to you some videos about Eclipse introduction and others related with that. So let's begin with this new example. Introduction to Lambda. What is Lambda? Um, Imagine Lambda like a serverless compute service, right? Where you can put your code and you don't need to imagine provisioning or managing servers, right? It's possible also you make a scaling up in your logic of workflow of clusters in your code, and it's of course is possible events integration, managing runtimes, and you can also performs zero or virtually zero administration in your service in Lambda, right? It's possible also you create Lambda functions with your favorite language like us, for example, Python, Java, and C Sharp, Go, and JavaScript with Node, right? It's possible also use some server of tools like, for example, AWS SAM, right? If you don't know, I will perform AWS SAM. SAM is like integrator and a way you can imagine create your why I say that your deploy, right? And also you can test, build, deploy your functions with, for example, your preferred IDE, like for example Eclipse or Visual Studio Code, right? It's possible also you integrate your Lambda functions with Visual Studio Code. I will also perform that, okay, and show you the way to do this in Visual Studio Code. So stay tuned with this AWS series of videos. So now, guys, demo time. Let's see AWS application, for example, with Eclipse. What you must do? The first thing you must do is configure your Lambda environment with the Eclipse, right? So I will put in this tutorial video, I will put some reference links where you can find the way to perform your AWS Explorer in your Eclipse IDE. Okay, so stay tuned with me, and of course, if you have any doubts, please send me your doubts and I will try to answer your questions. Okay? If I see if it's need, for example, create another video, I will create it. So guys, let's see. Project Explorer in the Eclipse. I have 3 projects, but now I have a project Hello where I create a Lambda function or a class called, I call him Lambda Function Handler. So this is Lambda implements the service Lambda runtime context and the request handler also. And in the end, I will give to my, after execute this, I will give, for example, hello from Lambda. Okay, so now I will change this to you see, for example, I will write hello from continue, right, continue Lambda introduction, right? So you create based, for example, the solution is based a new solution. Like I said, you configure your project, go here, for example, imagine you configure AWS project and create one project like us, Lambda Java project, right? And after that, for example, you go next, you put what you want for your namespace, for your project name. So we will create, for example, introduction, imagine, right? And you perform everything, give the class your name of the class, input type, you can choose if it's S3 events from AWS, DynamoDB event, stream request handler, SCNS events, Kines, Cognito, and also we can put the custom where, like you see here, it's a object input and context, right? If, for example, if I change to S3, it's a S3 event, so now I have the S3 event and pass to him to Amazon S3 event, and of course, the event itself is here, right? It's a nice bootstrap, a nice bootstrap or start kit to help us to do some. So after that, I click finish, right? And I have this code. So now I will change this code, and for example, it's a Maven project. A Maven project is possible you also manage your POM and give this project a name, right? And after that, you can very easy, for example, have the SAM in your machine if you have, or it's possible also you integrate with SAM local. Okay, I will give you another video in another session about AWS SAM local. If you don't know, try to read a little bit about this, and it's possible. Okay, I must save, is will save by me, and if I want, like I said, it's possible. You must choose your AWS region, right? Mine is Europe, Ireland, and I can choose, for example, Lambda function like this. It's possible you also make the upload to AWS in this way, right? You must put here your rules, publish as a new version, or provide values in a new version, for example, and in the end, click finish, right? And after that, for example, in your AWS Lambda, but now introduction to this interface. What is the Lambda? Lambda is like you read see a little after. It's a service in your AWS, right? And like you see, you go service, put Lambda, and after that, for example, you click in Lambda. Sometimes give us its quality of the internet, okay, and give us a bit slowest, but okay, it's the way this works, so we will waiting a little bit, right? And the 5G will introduce another aspect. For example, after that, it's possible to us create a function, right? It's very easy. We click in create, author from scratch. It's possible also use some blueprints. Where or what is this? It's more or less some projects are structured for us, right? So container image, okay, if you have a container image, you can put here, and browse serverless app repository. For example, in this, you see some links. For example, if you open this, it's possible you see it. For example, here we can see what these serverless do for us. For example, what is this? Like you see, it's something or applications, right? So if, for example, I choose Hello World, will apply it this Hello World to the project and so on. So it's a way you introduction the 4 ways you can create your Lambda function. But in my scenario, I will use Lambda based on author from scratch. So I use this way. So now I will put here, for example, canteen Lambda, give him a name, Lambda continue introduction, right? So this is Lambda continue introduction, and I must choose the runtime, right? This is to JavaScript, like I said, or Node, .NET Core, Java 8, Java 8 Coreto, Node.js 10, and Node.js 12, right? Python, and don't forget the 14 is selected, so the Go, Java 11 Coreto, and so on. So I will choose, for example, Java 8, right? And after that, I can create my function, right? I click here and create. If you have another options, yes, it's possible. It's possible you code sign to a IRVM. If you don't have one, you can create one. It's possible also you choose your VPN, VPC, right? And you can create one also, right? So, and don't forget, if you want, you can change your role and apply some roles based in your EIM management roles, right? If you don't know the way to manage this, I will give you another session about EIM console introduction and where you can manage your rules, right? So give you only an overview about this, and here you can manage the rules, your users, your servers, and everything you want a segment about. If you want, for example, a web identity with Cognito and OpenID, you can do it. You can do it also a federation, your corporate director, integration, and third party another, and service, and so on, so on, so on, so on. So it's possible you create what you want about rules, permissions, and users with the IAM, right? For example, if I go and at home, IAM home, it's possible we see everything related with it, right? For example, the groups, the users, the rules, the policies, and almost everything we want to manage it with this EIM, identity access management, right? So let's return to our Lambda function. So now I can put, like I said, create. So I've created one, so I don't use it. So I have a function, I call it introduction. So now let's see it. My function, right? I create one Java 8 function and give him the name my function. So now I want to, for example, invoke a API, a trigger, API gateway, right? It's very easy. You can add your trigger, like in this way. You select your trigger or create one, right? So I have another video with this. And after that, you can also perform some tests. For example, I can perform some tests to my function, and my function responds hello from Lambda, right? This is the first. But now I want to deploy my code to the Lambda function, right? So I go here in the function codes, actions, upload file or jar. For example, you can do it by your IDE like Eclipse, or you can do it in this way, right? So let's see it. First, I go again to my code and make, for example, why not run, I will generate another jar, for example, run AWS Sun local and see the progress. Okay, in this scenario, you will generate another version for us. It's the same number version, but I will change this to another number, right? If you want, you can do it with Maven, right? You can do it, go here and run as, for example, make a configuration, and you can, for example, in your project, use Maven. Sometimes this is annoying, but like I said, we will change this to the 2 version because I have, if I go here in the target, it's possible I have the one. So now I want, for example, like I said, another version, so I can perform Maven, right? And make, for example, Maven install to generate what we want to generate and put in the target, right? So it's like I said, this is a Java project where we will apply it some structure, and after we build it, and we can put it in the Amazon Lambda function to perform what we want. So this guy make, sometimes it's the reality. We saw some errors, so I see some errors here. Let's see it what happens. So the guy give me okay, but like I see the test fails. So now I guess this test is from hello from Lambda, right? So the test fails because I change what I write here, right? So we will go here and put in the test, right guys? Don't forget change your test sometimes, so it's this annoying, but so it's why you and I create some tests. So now again we go and run Maven. If you want, you can not use Eclipse, but you can run Maven in the CLI or a shell, right? So let's see again, and now it's building, and of course install it, and will generate a jar to us the building hello 2.0.0, right, version. So the question here is, you must set up your environment in Eclipse. If you don't do that, you can use all this. And also, you see here the jar. So now we can put it inside our code in AWS, right? I can go here and upload it the jar, for example, hello 2.0 or to a version, right? And apply it. If, for example, this your jar is large than, for example, 10 megabytes, you must until 15 you must use, for example, uploading for Amazon S3, and after that you can upload from Amazon S3 to your environment Lambda function. So this is, like I said, this is a very introduction to the Lambda function with Java, right? So now I have the function in my code, and I can perform the test. So what we will see now is hello from continue Lambda introduction, right? So what make a review. What we do is we create a Lambda function. We create it in the Eclipse IDE, and we use the runtime Java 8, right? We make a compilation with the IDE, but use Maven project, okay, with Maven install, and after we uploaded the zip or the jar for our environment in the Lambda function, right? And of course, after that we can, for example, if you want, we can go the Lambda function, right? See the functions, and it's possible for us, don't forget, we can use these functions, like I said, with a trigger and this trigger can be also or can be API REST API, right? For example, I can go here, API gateway, my function API, and if I make a navigation, for example, I create a trigger. What is the trigger? It's what be displayed, the code or the Lambda. For example, in my case, I create the my function trigger, and this I can, for example, use it with, for example, imagine a get, and if I perform these get operations, okay, it can give me, for example, in this case, it give me an error. It's amazing, but the idea here is so easy. Then if I trigger this, it can give me, for example, the same thing like this, right? Hello from continue. So see in another video where I have this setup, everything set up, and it's possible to you to see how you can create a a REST API with API gateway and Lambda function. So guys, in another video I will and give you the introduction to the Eclipse IDE and the setup to you to your AWS Explorer solution, where you can, for example, set up your AWS integrated in AWS ToolKit integrated in Eclipse IDE. So if you liked this, please subscribe. If you have some doubts, please send me your comments and your questions. And stay home, stay safe, and share with me. And stay tuned. Bye bye, guys, and see you in channel content. Is everything for you. So, guys, give me your feedback, and don't forget, in another video we will do this together, the setup of AWS tool kit to perform your setup in the Eclipse in the also Visual Studio Code. Bye bye.